what that forum was created to do was to make sure that men are aware that there is safety for you.
That's correct.
There is a place for you. Men losing their fathers, men losing their brothers, men losing teammates, you know, having to get through life, going through grief, having to get through life, being a husband, being a father, being a son, being a cousin, being an uncle, being an employee, being an entrepreneur, being all of this at one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we just wanted to be able to provide, and then also have fun. You know what I'm saying? Good quality fun, man.
That's
you know, where you can come and know that you're safe, know that you can grow a little bit. You're going to have barbershop talk.
Right.
You know, you're going to have conversations. You're going to learn. We're going to give you some financial literacy. We're going to connect you with job opportunities. We're going to do all that we can, but we all need each other. So we'll have some things rolling out for Man K pretty soon. We'll make sure that we send it over to you. Hopefully you can share it with your platform.
Sure.
So I'm super excited to be a part of that. We just announced our chair and co-chair of that movement, so we're super excited about that. And then, you know, with the Pink and Black Honors, which is an initiative that we want to be able to celebrate entrepreneurs throughout the city of Cleveland and abroad who are adding to the ecosystem that we have here. You know, man, there's so many of us who are doing it, who never get recognized, and that's the heart of Tenora Edwards. Is as she's been in it for so long, she wanted to provide a space not just for men to commune, not just for women to commune, but for entrepreneurs to have that same support as well.
That's awesome.
So it's just different arms and branches, man, but from the same roots.
You know, my last two questions for you is, and I meant to ask you these earlier, but while you were sitting there thinking, because this is a good question for you, what's the best advice you ever got?
You want to do that one first? You got to let me think on that one.
All right. Well, let me tell me what's the worst.
What's the worst advice I've ever gotten?
I'm going to give you while you think about it. I'm going to tell you my worst
Man,
advice.
yeah, go ahead.
My worst advice when I was in the 11th grade in school, me and a partner of mine went to the guidance counselor.
Yeah.
You know, to go talk to her about everything in our grades. Because I would go to school and my schedule was full of nothing but study halls. All day. It was like, lady, how come I just got like one math class, study hall, a history class, study hall, go home? And she was like, well, because you got enough credits to actually pass right now, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to circulate some things. So if you don't come to school not even one day this year, you'll still pass. I said, what? Me and my partner both were sitting in the office. He said, what? We don't come to school not one day this year, we will pass? She said, if y'all didn't come to school one day this year, y'all would pass. And from there, we started cutting, doing everything. My 11th grade year was nothing but a blur. It was all screwed up. Worst bit of advice I got, because now your 12th grade year, you got to hustle, you got to grind. Because I would go to school and my schedule was full of nothing but study halls. All day. It was like, lady, how come I just got like one math class, study hall, a history class, study hall, go home? And she was like, well, because you got enough credits to actually pass right now, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to circulate some things. So if you don't come to school not even one day this year, you'll still pass. I said, what? Me and my partner both were sitting in the office. He said, what? We don't come to school not one day this year, we will pass? She said, if y'all didn't come to school one day this year, y'all would pass. And from there, we started cutting, doing everything. My 11th grade year was nothing but a blur. It was all screwed up. Worst bit of advice I got, because now your 12th grade year, you got to hustle, you got to grind, you got to work hard.
Yes, sir.
So when I think about it in life, I done probably had some others, but that was some terrible advice.
That was terrible advice.
I don't believe that as a guidance counselor, and if anyone listening, y'all know y'all would never tell no student.
They need to write her up. What's her name? What was the name of the school?
But she told me that, and me and my partner Dwayne, we didn't go back to school no more.
Terrible.
Lincoln West.
You ought to be ashamed for listening to it. But go ahead. What's the best advice?
Best advice you ever, but my best
for you,
advice? My best advice I ever got. Oh, I guess you. Bishop Ellis told me to marry my wife.
Wow.
That was the best advice anybody ever gave me. Because I can honestly say I'm still married 30 years.
Congratulations,
and all of that and everything else. So
beautiful.
If I was to think back, if somebody told me to do something that I did, that turned out to be okay, I would say it was to marry my wife.
Wow, that's awesome.
I would say, because he was on my butt about that. And he, I mean, when I was going there, it was one of those churches where he'd look at the choir on Sunday and be like, come here. And walk up there. Did you marry her yet?
Oh
my God.
I know a little bit about Bishop Ellis.
Yeah,
I was a very, very, very young boy. growing up, in church and whatnot. And so we fellowship with the Pentecostal Church of Christ quite a bit. And I knew that he was such a phenomenal, profound individual in the religious community here in the city of Cleveland, but just, around the world. I had no idea all of who he was globally. So but he was a one-of-a-kind personality. So I'm to hear that he gave you the best advice that you ever had, it does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Best advice was from him.
Yeah. Worst advice for me, spend it, you'll get it again.
You know what? I wish I'd have thought of that one too.
Man, you mess around and spend your last.
That's it, brother.
You spent, man, I'm telling you, that was horrible. And we'll just let that chips fall where they may with that. I don't even need to expound. Best advice that I've ever gotten. Treat people the way you want to be treated, man. I think me holding that to the forefront of my mind just as I've gone through life, it sounds cliche, but me really genuinely holding that to the forefront of my mind as I've gone through life has that paired with my personality that God has just given me, and that's just naturally who I am, it has opened up a lot of doors for me.
I can see that.
It's opened up a lot of doors for me, bro, because you never know who you're talking to.
That's correct.
And also, how do you judge someone that you just saw?
That's correct.
What requirement must they do in order for you to be kind or to be courteous or to respect them? And so I try to keep that in the forefront of my mind. And man, I have met some phenomenal people. And from me holding those morals and those values true, man, people have opened up to me. They've opened up their arms to me, their resources to me, their platforms to me.
That's correct.
This platform here, even without having to be in close proximity with me.
That's correct.
Sometimes you just know the Spirit by the Spirit. And I'm grateful that my name is trusted.
Oh no, and what you said, I could see that. That's why when I told you, I said, hey, it's something about you, and that because you're right. If you mix that with your personality, is a good mix, and it's that thing that people would look at you and say, hey, you know what? I think that guy's a decent guy.
But if you're not careful, here's the caveat to that. If you're not careful, you can easily use that to your advantage.
Oh, yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying?